The Biden administration is reportedly preparing to roll out the toughest limits on pollution for cars and light trucks.
I'm cutting our carbon emissions in half by 2030.
As the EPA finalizes new emission regulations, officials at the EPA claim this will accelerate the country's transition to EVs. The White House saying the effort will reduce American oil imports by around 20 billion barrels. But the announcement comes amid plateauing demand for EVs in the U.S.
This is a decision that is completely disconnected from where the American public is right now.
Ford and General Motors cutting production of their electric vehicles, Tesla slashing prices. Critics worry America doesn't have the energy infrastructure in place to handle mass amounts of drivers ditching gas-powered cars for electric.
Right now, for most Americans, they don't have access to a charging station, and they want to be able to drive the car that suits their family's needs.
Range anxiety, still a concern for many. In 2021, Congress authorized $7.5 billion to build 500,000 public charging stations across the country. As of last December, none were built. In January, the rental car company Hertz began selling off 20,000 electric vehicles from its fleet. The company saying the vehicles were expensive to repair and people didn't want to rent them. This past week, the Hertz CEO responsible for the EV push stepping down.
Unfortunately, this fast race to force Americans into cars that they don't want, I think, is going to be rejected at the ballot box if they're not careful.
The new EPA standards for cars and trucks is slated to take effect in 2027. The EPA already mandated half of all vehicles sold in the U.S. must be electric by 2030. I'm Kayla Gaskins reporting.